Hi, I'm doing Dave's last Saturday's tag. 10 questions as per usual. So, moving on to number 1. What do we all have in common besides our genes that makes us human? Well, what else can we all have in common besides making us human? I would say, besides being human, there is 50-50 of different sorts as we are humans. One half of us lives our lives to the fullest, is happiest to our fullest, understand each other and share the love. But the other 50% of humans is the opposite, that they go out their ways to cause nothing but sheer hassle to others. The reason why is because they don't want to learn, they don't want to understand what the other half of humans is happy about. They rather be miserable, making other people miserable. Anyway, moving on. If you could choose one book as a mandatory read, excuse me, for all high school students, which book would you choose? I honestly don't know because I do not read books. But I would have to say a book that has something to share love with. A book for people, youngsters, can read it, understand it, to live the life to your fullest and let others be who they want, as they want. If they are not hurting anybody, then that's their choice and not the others. So that everybody should leave alone. I'm not making any sense, I know, but I feel that if everybody would leave anybody else alone, how much happier this world would be. Let people be who they want to be. It's your life, not that other person who's trying to tell you you can't do this, you can't do that, that's wrong, you got to do it this way. It's your life. And I would like to absolutely 100% get that across to the younger generation who's growing up, to let people live their own lives. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Another duck. Would you rather have less work or more work you actually enjoy doing? I would say less work, even though I enjoy doing the work if I was working. But there is a certain amount of work that you can do, that once that certain amount of work finished, instead of starting a fresh part of the day, if you finish that, then go home and start the fresh the next day. So I would say work less. Yeah, if you see what I think I'm not making myself any favours here whatsoever, but who knows. Anyway, moving on. What is important enough to go to war over? For me, war this day and age, why should a country go to war with another country? But I would say, for me, if a country tried to invade this country, England, then I would definitely have to find a weapon to protect my country, to protect my homeland. I feel strongly in that if another country wanted to invade this and they were so close to the shores of England, I would make sure that I would find anything, even if I have to make myself a bow and arrow, to get there to fire whatever I can at the enemy who's going to invade my country. Again, that is me, but no one, as far as I'm concerned, should try to invade my country. Moving on. Which is worse, falling or never trying? People would say never trying. Others would say falling. In my self, I failed in everything that I'd done in school. It got to a stage when I felt, what's the point? I don't like school. I keep trying the exams. I failed, and to a certain time I turned around and say, that's it, I ain't doing no more exams whatsoever. And once I got to the blue score, we had a choice of doing exams or not doing exams, and I opted not to do it because I keep falling on everything that I tried to do. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. But what I can actually say is everything that I know, I couldn't, when I left school I couldn't read or write. So everything that I know now I learnt myself, not the school. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. What's something you know you do differently than most people? Try to look my best at all times, no matter if I'm at home, no matter if I'm out. I try to look best every time. I'm going with that. Moving on. What does the American dream mean to you? I have not got a clue. I have not got a clue because I am English and not American. Yeah. What would you rather be, a worried, generous, or a joyful simulation? I'm going to go for joyful anyway. I'm going with joyful. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 10 and last. If you could install one piece of advice in a newborn baby's mind, what advice would you give? To be who you are and love everybody around you. That's my advice. Anyway, Dave, that's your second tag done. God bless. Take care.